Hello and welcome everyone. This is Nitesh Mishra from Federation of Indian Export Organizations, popularly known as FIO, India's apex trade promotion organization. And you are listening to the Voice of Exports, India's first exclusive podcast for EXIM community. On this podcast, we bring top performers from the sector who not only inspire but also reinvigorate among you to become one of them. Welcome to another episode of Voice of Exports, India's first audio podcast on exports, started by Federation of Indian Export Organizations for its member exporters. Today in our program, we have Mr. Ravi Dixit from Ashirvad by Aliaxis. It is a company which is into UPVC, CPVC and column pipes. You can say it provides water solutions of various types. Welcome Mr. Dixit to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Nitesh. Thanks for welcoming me.
Starting the broadcast, can you please introduce your company to our listeners?
Thank you, Nitesh. Thanks for providing me an opportunity for this program, and really appreciate from the beginning that you have really initiated a well program. So it will help the another exporters and company like us to be on a good platform. Well, regarding the Ashirvad pipe, let me introduce about my company name first. We call it in India Ashirvad Pipes. It is by Aliaxis. Aliaxis is a Belgium-based conglomerate, which is approximately $4 billion company.
Okay.
4 billion euro, my mistake. So 4 billion euro company. And Ashirvad Pipe is one of the leading manufacturer of UPVC, CPVC, SWR, column pipe systems. And we are the headquarters in Bangalore, Karnataka.
Okay.
And initially it was a family-run PVC business in Patna, Bihar during the 1970s. And 1978 the family have started business Bangalore expansion by the Podhar family.
Okay.
And in 2013 the company has been merged with the Aliaxis group, and in 2018 it was completely taken over by Aliaxis Belgium. So it was now the fully and 100% owned by Aliaxis.
Okay. So, what sets Ashirvad apart from the industry today?
See, we are into the whole piping solution. It is a one-stop solution for the all piping solution. Like we are number one in column pipe. Approximately roughly I can share you in export market, if I talk about, we have around 55% market share in column pipe industry.
Okay.
We are operating in more than 40 plus countries, 100 plus manufacturing and commercial entities across the globe, 15,000 plus employees with the 3 research facilities.
Okay. When you talk about exports, when did you first step into exports and what drove that decision?
See, company is exporting way back from the beginning when they started the Bangalore operation.
Okay.
So I am the newly member added in the organization, in way back in 2025
okay.
August.
Okay.
So at that time I have started and taken over the exports, and that was my journey and we are already servicing to the 40 plus countries operating, and majorly our operation in the Middle Eastern areas and to the Europe.
Mr. Dixit, you have been heading the exports division now. Which markets have been most significant for your growth internationally as a company?
See, India subcontinental, as I told you that we are the manufacturer and number one in UPVC and CPVC pipe.
Okay.
So majorly the market we are looking, and in the column pipe. Column pipe, yes, I told you that we have around approximately 50% plus market share.
Okay.
So across the globe, Europe is the main market where we are selling it, and Middle East market is the second one which we are catering it to from the India manufacturing plant.
Okay.
And we are also trying for the plastic fittings, UPVC and CPVC fittings, which we are the largest exporter for the Europe market.
Okay. So when you talk about your export strategy, how has it evolved over a time or over a period of time?
See, if you talk about over the period of time, we have challenges we have faced during exports, and how we have solved it. One was the certification issue.
Okay.
So that was the major things to enter in any country.
Okay.
Like compliances and certification requirements. Every country have a different certification and requirements. So we have continuously we can say we are obtaining the certificates. And one more thing, which in Bangalore we have the research center involved in the organization. So that research center is completely helping us for obtaining the certificates and testing things, so that it will be more easy to complete the compliance and certification requirement for the country wise. Like I can tell you, like NSF, ASTM, WRAS is ensuring product conformity, documentary accuracy, and end-to-end compliances can be time consuming. But due to the research center, we have our own research center, so that will facilitating us more in obtaining this certification.
Talking about your association with FIO, what motivated you to engage with FIO services, and how has FIO supported your export journey?
Being in my personal capacity, I was associated with FIO more than 10 years in my career, because whenever in my previous organization, I was also the FIO member personally, and as well as the company platform as well. So that was the main thing. And FIO, I think every exporter should have a FIO membership. That's what I feel. Because Federation of Indian Export Organization is the single platform and one stop for every exporters. I approached FIO because of their expertise in export documentation and compliances, market intelligence, and the trade advisory support. And many, like recently you have, in very recent past, I remember you have introduced the Greece and Croatia travel also which was a really a great initiative from your side. And access to the trade delegations like buyers and sellers meet and global exhibition, which is additional for any exporter, especially for the new exporters who wanted to foray into the export market. This is a very good guidance for them. Your guidance to the government schemes, initiatives, export related policies, which is like motivating us, is a one-stop shop. And second thing is that always I feel that I'm associated from 10 years, 1 decade more than. So I feel that any FIO member is very easily accessible. If they are not accessible, they at least connect me to the right person or to the right department to help us, like the customs and everything. So that will be more easy, to ease out the business. That's what the exporter needed today.
You talked about new and budding exporters, new businesses. What advice would you like to give to these companies, budding exporters, new businesses who are planning to enter international market, or what would you advise in terms of pitfalls that exporters should avoid, or what kind of adaptability in today's global trade environment they should maintain?
See, it is very important for the advice to the companies who are planning to export, basically. First of all, they should know their target market very deeply. So this is the very important thing. Even though, first and foremost, they should be a FIO member. That is my personal advice to them. Because once you are FIO member, you could have like 50% journey has been done. Because you are into the right platform where is a one-stop solution. It is a government facilitated, and many of the companies have a direct access to the FIO in many countries, so that exporters have a recently. So second step is know your target market very into the deep. Regulation, climate conditions, certification norms, competition, who is the peer 1 competition, who is the L2 competition. L1 competition we consider is like the Indian peer competition. Then you have a second layer of competition, we call it L2. So it means the competition in their own country. Like I am supplying market to the UAE. So in UAE have also a manufacturing setup. So there is also a pipe manufacturer. So this is the L2 competitor for me. So that is very important. Start with the focus. Second thing, with the product portfolio, because maybe the exporters who is going to export may be manufacturing thousands of products. Like we manufacture many thousands, but we have a specific market and product basket for each and every country. Then the third step we call is priorities and documentation accuracy and the compliances. That is the most important thing. You should understand whether it is a logistically viable or not. Like in our condition, if I take you my example, like pipe is a hollow nature of product. It cannot be more from the long as distance is more, we are more be unviable, cannot be priced well. So that you should know your priorities, you know your limitations. So select reliable logistics partners. That is the fourth point. And that and leverage of export promotions bodies also, like which is through also FEO, EPCs, and the trade missions can be a faster market access. This is the 4-5 points which I advise to the new exporters to to be considered when they are doing to starting the export journey. And one more thing I appreciate of the few, that I think we are also doing the online catalog facility,
Okay.
which is from the global linker.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the most important thing which I need to say and focus on the policy, that at least you can publish your catalog online where the globally you are accessible.
Okay.
And
Talking about the
chances,
global trade down, now
yeah,
that you have given us right insightful ideas about how a new business or new entrepreneur should plan ahead. So, how do you think the current global trends in terms of tariff challenges, in terms of war, which is happening in Gulf, and then you do a lot of business with GCC countries. So, how do you see it?
how to, sorry, repeat
How do
it,
you
please?
see the tariff challenges
Yes,
ahead of
yes.
you, and the war which is happening in Gulf
Okay.
countries?
If you now I understand what you say. So right now, if you see, the war is a temporary situation. It is
Okay.
not forever. Okay.
Okay.
So, but India have very good FTAs and BTS, bilateral trade agreements with many countries, and recently, if you can see that we have the Europe Treaty, which is a
Okay.
zero trade, and so we can companies like us will be more happy uh, to have a partners in Europe. There's a tariff wars which can be win by this FTAs and BTAs. So this is the best thing and best opportunity for the for the suppliers, for companies like us, and suppliers, for the new suppliers also. You use the best use of preferential tariff access and
Okay.
smoother the regulatory frameworks which can be used by these trade treaties. Australia, UK, you have created new opportunities for us
Okay.
by these reasons,
Okay.
and improve competitive for Indian manufacturers. This is the most if we as an Indian manufacturer, this is the time where we can use these treaties, and we can thrive into the new business and new customers.
How are global supply chain disruptions shaping your strategy as a whole for the company?
Events like pandemic, geopolitical conflicts, or shipping routes blockage
Okay.
emphasize, the need for multi-country sourcing strategies. Okay,
Okay.
regional warehousing stock points can be better options,
Okay.
or forecasting can play a vital role in inventory planning, where
Okay.
the digital tracking and analysis for the logistic visibility can be a good strategy for exporters.
Okay. What opportunities do you see for Indian exporters in coming years, especially from your sector?
If you talk about the UPVC and CPVC sector, we are very delighted and delighted to see the BTAs, which the Europe Treaty
Okay.
is the best for us, because you see the manufacturing cost in Europe is too high,
Okay.
whereas the India have a strategically and logically we have a low cost
Okay.
manufacturing facilities,
Okay.
and we are the quality manufacturer as well.
Okay.
So if you and many European companies have manufacturing units in India just because of this strategy,
Mm-hmm.
because we provide the European better than European quality, I can say, in a very affordable price.
Okay.
So this is the network where we can capitalize these trade treaties. We can use it in our favor, because now Europe 23-25% there was the custom. Now it is zero, and
Okay.
their manufacturing cost out of 10 to 15% is their only manufacturing cost. So if we can use wisely
Okay.
the logistics and everything, we can have a 10x business very soon for the new exporter as well as for us also.
Thank you very
So
much, Mr. Dixit, for being so candid and insightful in your approach while answering my questions. And thank you for joining the podcast.
Voice of Exports podcast by FIO aims to provide important information and views on foreign trade, especially on exports, which will help both Indian exporters and importers. Any statements made by an exporter, importer, or an importing company in this podcast as guests reflect the views and opinions of that individual or the company. This podcast does not constitute an endorsement by the FIO of the individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity, the specific information or views provided, resources mentioned, or products or services endorsed or offered by that individual or the company, his or her or its employer or affiliated entity. FIO assumes no responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or timelines of the information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast, or for the decisions made and reliance on any information provided by the guest or the company in this podcast. We thank you for listening to this episode of Voice of Exports podcast service brought to you by the FIO. For more information on how you can start exporting, please visit our website www.fio.org.